Whether you're 10 years old or 60 or 70 or 80 years old, most of the information that I'm going to introduce to you is information that probably never found its way to you. Okay, so um, to simplify what consciousness is, I propose to you the question that consciousness tries to answer. And the question of consciousness is this: who am I? And if you think about that question, who am I, you will see that you can answer that questions from multiple ways. You could be a son, you're a brother, you're a mother, you have many relationships, and sometimes you identify yourself by these relationships. You identify yourself by your accomplishments, your grades, your friendships, um, and a lot more things these days because of social media pressures and external circumstances, whether from your own homes, from your friends or families. There's a lot of pressure on the outside that's trying to tell you who you are. So, answering the question, who am I, from inside of you is the beginning of consciousness, beginning of self-awareness. So, um, so the program is to flip that coin for you and for you to identify truly who you are by looking inward, not looking outward, not looking at your families to tell you who you are, not looking at your grades to tell you who you are, not looking at your paycheck to tell you who you are, and not looking at your accomplishments and what you or somebody would consider success. So, to go inward, you need one small element called attention. And most people don't have a good grasp of their attention. This focused attention is really the gold that you have, that you spend as you go along. And so the purpose of this 8-week module is to have you start focusing on knowing yourself from the inside out instead of the outside in, for you to be able to have complete ability to focus your attention in any place where you need to achieve goals, where you need to have serenity, peace, and power of any sort. Consciousness is definitely the faucet for wisdom, for intuition, and for making correct decisions, because it's going to make available to you a levels of alliances that are available to you that we don't normally pay attention to. And so um, the of course, when I look at focus and attention, the number one known, this is well known for thousands of years. The number one way to be able to get grasp of your attention and be able to get hold of all the voices and the ideas and the pictures that the outside world is trying to convey to you, the best way to stop all of that and go back to yourself and understand that really you are the master of yourself is by breathing techniques. So breathing is a very conscious action that you can take. And let's call that the number one conscious action that a person can take. Then the program is going to pivot on a primary simple breathing techniques that we're going to learn, and we're going to build on top of that breath ideas of consciousness, practices of consciousness. um, what practices can calm you down even if you're in the middle of a very chaotic environment? How can you allow really love and compassion to emanate from you? Friendship, acceptance to emanate from you if you're not in hold of yourself, if you're not emanating that, knowing who you are. So for I just want to make sure that I covered everything before we go into a simple example, because in the spirit of this program being a hands-on program, we're definitely going to practice a very simple breath that will give you an idea of where we're going with this program, and will also give you an immediate result, because this is all about results. So I think we're good here. All right, so clarifying a few items. Self-empowerment. You empowering yourself with a power that is already yours. What makes a person able to have this self-empowerment? Self-consciousness. How can you be in control of the power that resides inside of you if you're not inside of you? Consciousness and practices of consciousness allows you to be in control of your self, capital S, meaning your reactions, your responses, your understanding, your patience, your acceptance, your relationship, especially with the people around you. Self-understanding models. Of course, I have a big surprise for you during this module, probably towards the last 1 or 2 weeks of the modules. We're going to have a guest speaker who is going to do a personal report for you on what's called the human design. And human design is a model that allows you to understand the embedded capabilities available to you already. So this is a perfect way to help your self-empowerment. Again, this is something called human design. You can research this. It's one of the top worldwide models of describing the innate abilities that you have and ways of relating to the outside world. We're going to have a specialist that comes and spend a week with us, and you'll be able to study more with her if you'd like, if this is something that you would like to invest a little bit more time in. In my opinion, I think this is something that you guys, you're going to love, okay? And it's something very simple, And we're discussing now providing a very specific report to each person. So there's going to be some information that I might require from you to be able to provide you with that information. But it's something that I think by itself will completely change your way of understanding yourself and understanding the people around you. And this is very, very important to consciously see life in a more joyful way and embedding more wisdom and understanding and eventually happiness in your relationships that you have around you. Befriending the natural world, this is something very, very primary in this class, and we're going to get to probably in the third or fourth week. But what it really means is, and what I'm after, is for each one of you to start connecting to Mother Nature in a new way, and to have this relationship feed you all the stuff that you want in your life. Like what? Like very clean energy. What kind of energy? The energy that helps you in your goals. If you want to run, it will help you run. If you want to build a company, it's going to help you build a company. If you need to ace an exam at school, it's going to help you ace an exam in school. So these primary and basic relationships, the first one of all is your relationship to the natural world, to Mother Earth. And so we're going to dive deep into the relationship with the natural world and have you feed all that you need from it, and to ignite this very clean energy. Clean meaning what? Clean meaning it's untainted. You can use it in any way. It does not tell you exactly what you need to do. You use it for your own purposes. So this is a primary goal in this class. And if you think also about going into the future and learning more about consciousness and expanding your relationships, not just with the natural world, but the inhabitants of the natural world, this is the beginning. What is the beginning? You grounding yourself with the natural world and creating this connection to be able to, one, when you're ready to, let go of certain energies. Certain energies like what? Could be anger, anxiety, PTSD, friction, especially relationship type frictions. So all of that you can release to the natural world and gain into yourself what's called life energy and a lot more. This is a very basic level. Life energy is what ignites your focus and attention to be able to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So that is grounding. And we're also going to introduce the idea of ceremonies of cleansing. Like, for example, taking a shower is a ceremony. Taking a shower is a cleansing ceremony. You do it maybe a few times a week, hopefully once a day maybe, and you go through that ceremony and your physical body now is nice and clean. So similarly, there's other ceremonies that you can learn to cleanse lingering emotions, cleanse lingering thoughts, and to cleanse lingering beliefs that most likely were never yours to start with, but somebody, I'm very sure somebody close to you, gifted them to you, and now you have no need for them. Whether that judgments of any sorts, ideas about who you are that you're not happy with anymore, that you don't want to be you anymore. So these ceremonies are going to cleanse all of that from you and bring to you energies that conducive, that will help you to the things that you want to achieve, almost no matter what. Because to achieve anything, there are primary things that you need. First of all, you need focused attention. So that's what we're talking about, focused attention. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about habits. We're going to invite a speaker to talk to us about foods and supplements. So the modules are very rich, and at the same time, they are extremely basic and fundamental. So I think there are a few logistical issues that we can go through at the end, and but at this time, I want to open the floor for discussion. So if anyone has a question, I want to be able to open that for you. So let me go ahead and unmute everybody. And so just to let you know, you will be unmuted. And if you have a question, everybody will be able to hear you. All right. And so if you go ahead, if you know, you can go ahead and mute your microphone and only unmute it when you'd like. That will work as well. So if anybody has a question, this is a good time.
Do you have a plan for how long the sessions will be each week?
Yeah, so the plan here that I had in mind was to do 2 sessions every week, one on Tuesday and another one on Thursday. And my initial thought was to do it in the afternoon, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I also wanted to make sure that the timing is suitable for England, Spain, and Egypt. So I'm not sure 4 o'clock will be the best time. It's still not for sure. Is there a time that is good for you guys that you would prefer than others? Do you prefer later in the afternoon?
I would like a consideration for like keeping one on Saturday. Actually, it would help me. I don't know if anyone else agrees with that.
Okay, we can.
Understand.
Okay, I can definitely do a Saturday. I felt that twice a week would be a nice running start, just because I feel this is new material for a lot of people, and I wanted to make sure that we get together more than once every 7 days, just to kind of stay close to each other and help each other through the early stages of understanding that material. So I can definitely do a Saturday and a different day, or choose different timing. We don't have to decide right now, but definitely if you guys have any recommendations, requirements, or suggestions, please feel free to email me. So the plan again is to run this program starting, again, my plan was Tuesday, Thursday, so it would have been this coming Tuesday and Thursday, and to run it for 8 weeks, twice a week. And that will probably cover all the material that I have in mind, including the additional human design and nutrition that I wanted everybody also. This is extremely helpful material that you can use right away. So this is the part that is very important to us, is that we're able to use it right away. I think, Teresa, you can unmute yourself. Let me see if I can unmute you. Okay, here you go. Are you
Yeah.
Here you go.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, Teresa, I can hear you.
So one of the things that the other Teresa was trying to say was
the weekend. Definitely we need to schedule one on the weekend. I think that's the only way that everybody can get in one together, because the time during the week is not going to work for everyone.
I see. Okay,
that's my concern.
Okay. So maybe how is this time for everybody? How is Saturday at 11 o'clock? Does that work for everybody?
I'm good with it.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, very good. And so if we're gonna do it once a week, I might want to extend it a little bit. I was thinking more of half an hour in the beginning, but maybe I'll go like 45 minutes, or even an hour if you guys can take it, depending on how interesting the material is, and so I know I have about maybe on this Zoom I'm limited to 40 minutes, so I have about 5 more minutes. So if you don't mind so much, and if there is not any pressing questions, I would like to take you through an example, because I want you to get a feel of the direction of the education and the learning that you're going to go through. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody again, and take you back on a very very easy exercise. And so starting a breathing technique. Okay, so I'm going to do it from the nose. 99.999% of all the breathing techniques that we're going to practice together is going to be from the nose. So if you just notice your breathing now, hopefully you're not talking. So just notice your breathing and start to lengthen the inhalation and the exhalation, again from the nose. So when you're slowing down, please continue to breathe. Deep inhalations, deep exhalation. Every time, slow it a little bit more and deepen it, making it longer. But be comfortable. Make sure that you can sustain it for about a minute or so. Now, in your next inhalations, when you're coming to exhale all the air in your lungs, exhale all the air in your lower stomach, and hold. Hold meaning do not breathe. Pause your breathing. So now you're gonna pause your breath at the bottom of your breath and start inhaling, and hold at the top for 1 second, and start slowly exhaling and stop at the bottom. 1 second. So simply, deeply, but slowly inhale, hold, then exhale. Take your time, get rid of the air in your chest and your lower stomach that holds a lot of emotions, and hold. Then breathe again and hold. When you hold all the voices, all the outside worries, all the stories that are happening around you, you drop them completely. Now, please continue to do your breath. Deep inhalation, hold. Deep exhalation, hold. If your mind wanders, imagine a candlelight inside of your heart chest area. Inside of your chest, imagine there is a candlelight. You can close your eyes and try to see it. There is no right and wrong here. Imagine it in any way you'd like. And as you're breathing in and out, inhaling and exhaling, please imagine you are looking at the candlelight. You can do this exercise anywhere. Some exercises you will not be able to do it, and I will not advise you to do it while you're driving. This one, if you keep your eyes open, you can do it anywhere. You can do it while you're driving. You can do it while you're talking to somebody else. You can do it while somebody's shouting at you. You can do it while you're angry and let it calm you down. You can do it when you're ready to react, but you really know that you should not react. You can do it anytime to calm yourself and to bring you to your self-empowerment. This is a very simple breath technique that I would like you to practice until next Saturday, where we have our first class. And we're going to build on this breath. We're going to play with the durations. We're going to play with the imagination. So it's going to be a very powerful foundation for you. If you feel comfortable with it, please practice it twice a day. Most important time to practice consciousness work is immediately after you wake up, on your bed, while you're asleep. Take a conscious breath. That is a conscious breath. Inhaling, holding, exhaling all the air from your body. Hold and inhaling again. Doing that about 3 to 5 times, probably less than a minute, will refocus yourself and have you be able to get hold of your consciousness, of your awareness, of your tongue, of your mind, of your thoughts. This is a very powerful breath to help you be in control. So hopefully this has been very entertaining, maybe a little beneficial for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and unmute one more time. And please let me know if you have any comments or suggestions. Hopefully everybody had a chance to play with the breath technique. Very, very simple, very basic, but it's going to be a foundational breath for us. So please take your time and practice with it. Okay, so the other comment that I wanted to tell you is, unlike other type of classes and work that you probably have done before, my recommendation to you, if it's available to you, is when you come to do this work, do it alone. when you do the conference with me, do it alone. Set up your space. Maybe turn on something that smells good, some oils that smells good, maybe some incense that smells good. Those who have the ability to burn a candle safely, that would be great. But build your own personal environment for your own pleasing and be alone. Because we're going to do, again, this is hands-on, so you're going to do a lot of practices and exercises. And I guarantee you, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable if you're just alone. Okay? The exercises after the class, I recommend to do it alone and with family members. Okay? So it can build that strong relationship together. So those are my recommendations. Please let me know if you have any questions. There's also a lot of people that are going to join us on YouTube. So all that information will be available for free on YouTube. Questions? Anybody? Wonderful. Good. Awesome. All right. So if you have any questions, meanwhile, you have the email address. I'll probably send you 1 or 2 emails to let you know what the final dates and times are. And I'll send you a little bit more material to look at. And if you have any questions, please just reply to any one of those emails and I'll be able to answer your questions. And if you have any recommendations or suggestions, I'll appreciate that very much as well. So thank you very much for your time and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam.
I love you. Hey, Bob. Thank you.